Milwaukee, we have the greatest disparity between black and white employment in the United States. Disparities in income. When you look at the 3rd ward in Milwaukee, the 2005 average income compared to Milwaukee's inner city 2005 average income, the 3rd ward income was $60,710. The inner city income was $26,104. Racial disparities in Wisconsin's criminal justice system, we don't even have time to start talking about. The black infant mortality rate, we lead the nation. And more, the point is that the disparities we face are not only in education. So we all recognize that we have a colossal task ahead of us. How do we educate our children? How do we do it effectively? How do we produce citizens who are able to contribute to our society? How do we reduce these embarrassing disparities that we face in this state? Despite these disparities, however, we should take a close look at what the newest MPS Board of Directors has done to improve the quality of education in Milwaukee. In a very short time, we have increased the number of math and science requirements from 2 to 3 years. We've expanded nursing services in public schools, a service that was once provided by the city of Milwaukee. As of May of last year, 2009, the MPS board froze hiring and reduced contracted services. It made the tough cuts that any responsible administration would make in this tough economic climate. As a result of those cuts, the district saved $10 million and did so without firing employees. Since 2007, MPS has operated under a strategic plan that currently guides the district's administration. As a result of these changes, let's talk about some of the positives. Since 1999, the MPS graduation rate has increased almost 16%. Since 2002, the WKC math scores have increased by more than 13% for 4th graders and more than 15% for 8th graders at MPS. The last school year, MPS had 12,000 fewer student suspensions than the prior year. According to Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, MPS has become a national leader in STEM-based learning among children of color, and that stands for science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, are MPS scores high enough? No. Should we be satisfied with everything MPS is doing at this point? No. But should we put an end to the progress that's been made in recent years? No. Furthermore, do we really want to muddle the city's current priorities with yet another task? Do we really want to pit pupils against potholes, against police? No. The answer is no. I'm very proud to be here today to first of all be able to represent my constituency, to give you the opportunity to hear the sentiment of the people in this community. And I believe, I full-heartedly believe that you will hear from them today. And I hope that that helps to shape your opinion on this issue. Because these are the people, everyone in this room, who will be affected by the decision that you make. And I hope that you hear them. I'm also proud to be able to present an alternative that tries to take everyone's interests into consideration and come to a middle ground. In place of an undemocratic, unaccountable mayoral takeover, we must find the means to empower the people of Milwaukee and build upon proven reforms. Together with Senator Cobbs, I've worked with others to develop a plan for MPS that brings all stakeholders to the table when it comes to public education in Milwaukee. I'm also happy to say that some of the people who have signed on to this legislation are in the room, including the second author on the bill is Representative Snicki, who was on the panel, as well as Representative Polly Williams, who is in the audience. Rather than excluding concerned citizens, democratically elected board members, and those who play a daily role in the education of our children, this plan embodies the partnership required to achieve true student success. At the same time, our plan provides the mayor of Milwaukee with an unprecedented role in the future of MPS. creating a structure of shared responsibility and joint accountability. Our plan is the best opportunity we have for reform, and it advances children's education. That's why we call it Race for Success. Reform and advance children's education. Our plan is a true race for success. To ensure that sense of shared responsibility, Senator Cox and I propose a system of school governance based on partnership between the democratically elected MPS Board of Directors and the Milwaukee Mayor. This proposal will provide the mayor with a substantial role in the selection of a new MPS superintendent. In addition, if MPS continues to see a need for academic improvement, the mayor shall receive the same powerful line item veto authority that is currently available to the governor in our state budget process. While the mayor will have the power to veto, the elected school board will also have the power to override such actions with a 2/3 vote. By creating this series of checks and balances, this new level of authority for Milwaukee's mayor will be held in check, while at the same time a new level of accountability will be demanded for future school boards. In addition to investing new authorities in the office of the mayor, the Race for Success Act makes several other positive reforms for Milwaukee public education. After all, governance alone will not solve the problems that Milwaukee faces. And one of the things that I just like to say that I think our legislation does is actually propose something to happen, actually suggest something for change, as opposed to just saying, take over, please trust us. These reforms include moving the school board elections to the November election cycle, guaranteeing higher turnout in local school board elections. They include allowing the mayor to appoint temporary board members in the event of a vacancy. They include eliminating the district citywide board seat, a move that will both distance special interest from the election of this member and guarantee greater representation for parents of MPS students. Earlier, Representative Malone had referred to, had expressed a concern about Latino representation on the school board. This particular provision would just about automatically guarantee that there would be increased Latino representation on the board. And also, this act would increase opportunities for parental involvement by expanding the district school governance councils. This act mandates the creation of a master's facilities plan for governing the repair, use, and closing of MPS underutilized and unused buildings. This plan increases financial accountability for MPS by centralizing the district's budget authority within the school board rather than within individual schools. It creates new levels of accountability for principals at MPS. It establishes concrete standards for literacy and mathematics. It creates a framework for utilizing potential race to the top dollars, including the possibility of promised neighborhoods and smaller class sizes for incoming high school freshmen. Finally, the bill also establishes a partnership for success that consists of the mayor, the school board president, the school superintendent, and the common council president. Within 1 year after enactment of this proposal, this newly established partnership will develop a plan for addressing the school district's unfunded liabilities. In addition, the partnership will be tasked with reaching out to both public and private institutions in order to gain support for public education in Milwaukee. There is no doubt we need all hands on deck for education reform. Not simply rearranging the deck, but we need all hands on deck. Rearranging the deck is just simply letting the mayor appoint the next MPS superintendent and take control over the school district. But this doesn't begin the hard work necessary to move education forward in Milwaukee, nor is it the right direction for us to be moving. Make no mistake, the stakes have never been higher. I just told you about the disparities that we face in this nation. And aside from me expressing them to you off of a piece of paper, I'd like to express to you what it looks like when I drive through my neighborhood every day. When I see all the people who are unemployed, when I see all the children who are not graduating, who are not succeeding, I feel that. That's real. when I see the parents who desperately want something better for their children and their families. I feel that. That's real. I, just as much as anyone in this room, want to see reform. But do we just say, the governor said so, so we do it? Is that the reform that we take? And is there evidence? Is this evidence-based reform? And if you look at the evidence, you will see that it is not the route that we should go for Milwaukee Public Schools.